Hello and thanks for joining us on today's edition of Prime News on My Media Prime Television. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Paul Biya, was today receiving the business tycoon Aliko Dangote for high-level discussions on business investments in the country. Paul Biya and his guests for over an hour reviewed the functioning of the landmark cement factory operated by the business tycoon in Cameroon and the way forward for more investments in the country. Speaking to the pressmen at the end of the audience, Aliko Dangote expressed his deep admiration and gratitude to President Paul Biya, whom he said has always stood by him and spared no effort to facilitate the implementation of his business in Cameroon. Dangote revealed to the press that his company intends to set up in other locations of the country so as to increase the output of his cement factory. He noted that investments will be made in other domains, including oil and gas, and he felt very much at home here because Cameroon is a good neighbor to Nigeria. The audience was crowned with a medal award as President Paul Biya raised Aliko Dangote with the Commander of the National Order of Valor. Over to this human interest story. A fire incident has reduced to ashes parts of the newly constructed office of the Senior Divisional Officer for the Logon and Shari Division in the far north region of the country. This happened yesterday as the Senior Divisional Officer Jean-Lazare Ndongo was chairing a meeting with officials from Chad. Fon Quinta has the details.
This is the newly constructed office of the Senior Divisional Officer for Kuseri, Logon and Shari Division in the far north region of Cameroon. A part of the office went up in flames on Tuesday, June 22, at the time the Senior Divisional Officer was chairing a meeting with officials from neighboring Chad on security matters relating to the reopening of the Ngwele Bridge. Reports say the fire first started in the SDO's office before spreading to the conference hall where the exchanges were taking place. The inferno left many in total confusion as its cause remained unknown. According to officials, no human life was lost thanks to the timely intervention of the firefighters unit, but the Senior Divisional Officer Jean-Lazare Ndongo says an evaluation of the damage caused is on the way. At press time, investigation has been opened to determine the cause of the fire at the office of the Senior Divisional Officer for Logon and Shari Division.
The Douala City Council is bent on putting an end to urban disorder in the economic capital. The city mayor, Roger Mbassidine, together with his team, yesterday embarked on a fight against urban disorder, cautioning roadside vendors, particularly those at Douche Aqua. The vendors, on their part, are calling on the mayor to provide an alternative space for their business activities. Nora Kakebi reports.
Plying the Douche stretch of road in Aqua has never been an easy task since roadside vendors have transformed the area into a daily market. It is for this reason that the Douala City Council has embarked on a mission to completely free the roadside from street vendors. A move not gladly welcomed by the roadside vendors who complain of the unavailability of another site to carry out their economic activities. They insist that most of them do what they do because of the unavailability of jobs. Therefore, if the council truly intends cleaning the area, then the council must be ready to provide a more decent site for them to carry on with their petty trade.
We are not here because we want to be here. It is because we don't have anywhere to go. The city mayor should provide an alternative and better site for us, and we will leave.
The city mayor, on his part, has promised tough times for the roadside vendors throughout his mandate.
Either they move by choice or we make them move. They do not have a choice.
However, most roadside vendors have grumbled about the amount of money the city council have demanded from them. in order for them to carry out their commercial activities on this area. According to Article 26 in the Constitution of Cameroon and Article 21 of the Penal Code, it is clearly stated that violators of minor crimes are eligible to pay the price of not more than 10 days imprisonment and a fine of at least 25,000 francs CFA. Contrary to what the Constitution says, the amount of money being taxed by the Council is grossly exaggerated. A sum of 200,000 francs CFA from poor Cameroonians struggling for survival within the context of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has greatly paralyzed economic activities and rendered many jobless.
As the June 2021 parliamentary session continues to run, new bills and social concerns are taking central stage of the plenary sessions. Members of the Cameroon Human Rights Commission, alongside lawmakers, have tabled in recent sittings the state of human rights violation in the country. Dolly Ngonde has the details.
The second ordinary session of Parliament, which opened on Tuesday, June 8, 2021, at the National Assembly and Senate, respectively, in Yaoundé, has since witnessed both lawmaking institutions and stakeholders meeting with their respective House chambers representatives for the first time since the passing away of the Vice Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Emilia Munjoa Lifaka, and the eldest member of Senate, Mfon Victor Mukete. Remarkable enough, during this plenary session, concerns about the stakes of human rights violation in Cameroon, following a 2020 report by the Cameroon Human Rights Commission.
The Commission has a broad mandate to promote and to protect human rights and to prevent any situation of torture. For that purpose, we should visit all the places where people are detained, all over the country.
Still during the information and exchange seminar between the Constitutional Law Committee and the representatives of the Cameroon Human Rights Commission, the head of the CHRC, Professor James Mwanga Kobile, also mentioned some challenges they face.
The biggest problem we are facing is the access to the places where the allegations of human rights violations are raised. Because we need to conduct field work, we should to conduct inquiries, but sometimes it's difficult.
Like an Oliver twist, the professor further said the Human Rights Commission has to address Parliament in plenary sessions and not only in specialized meetings as these.
We call on the parliamentarians to implement Belgrade principles on relations between parliaments and national human rights institutions.
The session that will last for 1 month is expected to scrutinize government's actions, examine and adopt bills, including the debate on the orientation of the budget, children's parliament, special plenary sitting on the following issues of national interest, exchanges and briefing sessions for general committees.
In the southwest region, a lady whose identity is yet to be revealed is currently receiving medical attention at the Limbe District Hospital after an acid attack. The incident occurred yesterday in Limbe southwest region. Sources say she was accused by the attacker, who is at large, of having an affair with her partner. 3 individuals are currently under police custody for allegedly promoting the cultivation, sales and consumption of marijuana. They were arrested recently in Bameloum, a village in Bacham, department of Bambutus, west region of the country, after investigations carried out by the Mobile Intervention Unit of Bafoussam. Genda Perrine Blanche tells us more.
Over 5 hectares of land covered with marijuana. Investigations carried out by the Mobile Intervention Wing in Bafoussam uncovered this marijuana plantation around Bacham subdivision in Bambutus division, west region of Cameroon. Digging through the poor roads to Bameloum village, 3 farmers were arrested during this operation carried out yesterday. Sources say these individuals are owners of the plantation and are responsible for the sale of marijuana within the area. The Commissioner of Police in charge of the mobile wing in Bafoussam talks more about the operation.
Dans le cadre de la lutte contre la grande criminalité et le grand banditisme,
In an operation fight against organized crime and narcotics, we received reliable information on the discovery of a large field of cannabis cultivation in Bamilum, a village in Bacham subdivision. We got to the scene on instruction of the regional delegate of the National Security of the West region, where we discovered this field land of 5 hectares of cannabis. What struck us the most is the proximity with the restive regions. The Libellum of the Southwest region, for instance, is not far from here. We also have Santa in the Northwest. When we see the tracks that lead here, we have the impression that the secessionists come here to refuel. We therefore want to kill the evil at the root so that this repeated assault by secessionists can stop.
He also called on the collaboration of the population to completely eradicate the production, sales and consumption of marijuana.
Ces assauts répétés des sécessionnistes puissent s'arrêter parce qu'ils viennent s'abreuver.
Because we feel that they come and smoke here, then go back and commit atrocities, even the towns in our cities. We may not totally eradicate this, but we can already provide solutions so that calm can return in the country. This, of course, with the collaboration of the population, following instructions of the hierarchy.
This operation comes after a similar mission accomplished recently in Buda, where a huge quantity of marijuana was confiscated.
In order to empower persons for social change, over 20,000 plantain plantlets have been distributed to farmers in the Northwest region. The distribution exercise was carried out by the Regional Delegate of Agriculture under the supervision of General Manager of Medino, Cletus Anye Matoyer, in line with Medino's objective and government strategy to help farmers gain back their farms abandoned due to ongoing socio-political crisis. Charles Kebwa from Bamenda reports.
Over 20,000 plantain plantlets have been distributed to farmers in the Northwest region, coming after the launch of the 2021 farming season and the distribution of improved planting seeds by Medino, empowering farmers for social change, handing over the 20,000 plantain plantlets to the farmers in the region. June 22nd, 2021, Medino's director, Cletus Anye Matoya, who personally supervised the distribution exercise, accompanied by the regional delegate of Agriculture for the Northwest, handing over the improved plantain plantlets in line with government strategy through Minade to the farmers, said Medino's principal objective is to accompany the farmers gain back their farms abandoned because of the ongoing crisis.
Our principal objective is to motivate the farmers to regain back, to get back to the farms. You know, with the crisis we are living, so many farmers have abandoned their farms. And we have the tendency of facing a food insecurity, so we are motivating the farmers to make sure to get back to the farm and keep stepping up the production so as to take care of the population in terms of food needs.
Aimed at motivating and encourage the farmers set up production of plantain so as to take care of the population in terms of produce, Medino has the tendency of food security.
And even after this, we are leaving the farmers with the technicians who will explain and drill them on how to manage the plantlets, because after that, Minade, the regional delegate and his team, will be following up in the farms to see how the farmers are managing the plants.
The farmers were drilled by agri-technicians on how to manage the plantain plantlets, as they will be followed up to ensure the plants are well managed.
If Medino the hell we so we no get hungry again. I don't already work plenty. I don't get ideas say we can take on today. I don't arrange the farm. I don't dig the holes them. I don't already put my as I just go today. I will start plant them. I be sure say by 1.5 years at least I can get some small thing there. We have sent picking them for school.
And to have a positive balance sheet, ensure the farmers reach expected goals where plantain can be bought in markets within the region instead of out of the region.
Back to the Southwest, where the Southwest Regional Branch of National Civil Status Registration Office, with technical support from GIZ and PAMEC, have completed a 3-day regional forum in Limbe. The objective was to reassure the population on the effectiveness of civil status registration and more, as Kuma Honore from Limbe tells us. We shall be coming back to this story. Over to the 23rd of June, which is observed as International Widows Day, instituted by United Nations since 2011, celebrated this year under the theme Poverty and Injustice Faced by Millions of Widows and Their Dependents in Many Countries. The day seeks to discuss the hardships that widows face after the death of their spouses. Gladys Bomotongina met with some of these widows today and reports.
Reconnu officiellement par les Nations Unies en décembre 2010 et observé tous les 23 juin, la Journée internationale de la veuve s'est célébrée cette année sur le thème « Éliminer la violence à l'égard des veuves, améliorer leurs conditions de vie ». Une journée qui tombe à point nommé, compte tenu des multiples difficultés que ces dernières vivent au quotidien.
Avec ma jeunesse, je ne m'attendais pas à ce genre de situation. Non seulement je suis veuve, mon papa ne vit pas, ma maman ne vit pas. Je suis seule avec ces 5 enfants en location. Je compte seulement sur mon commerce. On dit souvent que le corps humain a besoin du repos, mais je ne me repose pas 7 jours sur 7. Je suis au marché parce que, comme je suis seule, si je reste à la maison, ils n'auront pas de quoi manger. C'est ça qui fait que je suis au marché 7 jours sur 7.
Cataloguées le plus souvent dans leur belle famille comme cause du décès de leur époux, d'autres femmes se réjouissent de cette journée.
De ma part, les veuves, ce sont aussi les femmes. Les femmes comme moi, comme une autre. Mais bon, dans certaines familles, on rejette des veuves, on les prend pour les... C'est eux qui ont tué le mari. Et c'est grâce à eux que la belle famille, en fait. Bon, pour moi, c'est pas ça. J'aimerais qu'il y ait une journée comme ça pour eux. Pour les mettre aussi en valeur, parce qu'elles deviennent tout tristes quand leurs maris s'en vont.
Par ailleurs, certaines femmes présentent la différence sociale qui existe entre les veuves et demandent le soutien du gouvernement pour les plus démunis.
Femmes veuves, mais en pensant aussi aux femmes veuves, il faut se penser qu'il y a femmes veuves et femmes veuves. Il y a 2 sortes de femmes veuves. Il y a les femmes veuves joyeuses et les femmes veuves malheureuses. Que l'État pense vraiment à toute cette forme-là, parce que tout devient actuellement dû au Cameroun, que jusqu'à même le loyer devient dû. Donc, quand on pense aussi à ça, c'est bien d'avoir pensé à cette femme-là et penser aussi de ce côté.
Élever des enfants seuls reste donc une tâche très difficile, mais désormais sur les épaules de ces femmes valeureuses.
And that was it for today's edition of the news. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Kum Leonard and his panelists will be yours in a few minutes for Prime Hour. Until then, stay blessed.